there's two questions that I ask all my guests. And I think this is it's really important just to kind of share knowledge and experience and that kind of thing, because that's why I guess we all kind of do it. Would you be happy to share what's the best piece of advice you've ever had?
Yes, yeah, it's a couple of them, I think. One is about looking after the cash. I know everyone says it, but fundamentally, it's the thing that keeps our business going. I remember quite early on in the business, we had a really successful entrepreneur that had offered to do some mentoring with us. And I asked him if he'd chair one of our board meetings, not really knowing what a board meeting meant or what I was supposed to do for one. But it was board meetings are things that businesses have, so I thought we better have one. So he chaired that, and I remember sitting down with him and sort of kicking the meeting off by saying, well, we're still here and everyone's being paid, so we must be doing okay. And he asked for our P&L, and he asked for our balance sheet and our cash flow forecast, etc. And I didn't have any of it, and I didn't really know what any of that meant. So I remember at that particular point thinking, we've got to up our game here, and we've got to think about getting our heads around those business pillars, if you like, that are fundamental to make sure the business survives. And since then, I've sort of had him sat on my shoulder every month as I'm doing my management accounts and all that type of thing. And the next one is it was a guy, I think from Cafe Nero, an entrepreneurs forum event, and he talked about it's better to have a hole than an arsehole. And he really meant actually people in the business and your culture, and if you bring someone in that's not going to fit and they're not going to work and they don't fit with your culture, get them out quickly and deal with the gap, because the gap is better than having someone who could ultimately become corrosive to the values and the culture and the people in the business as well. So yeah, it's certainly something that we've sort of borne in mind as we've grown our business. And again, I think links back to that brand conversation as well. If your brand is visible as part of your recruitment and your induction process, it's more likely you're going to get people that are going to understand your culture and your values, and therefore be the right people to recruit into your business.
No, got you. I like it because it's from the book Good to Great, where they talk about getting people on or off the bus quickly. And again, with the different businesses that I work with, you see it. You see people at bad eggs, or you recruit someone that don't quite live up to what you expected. Again, we all make mistakes. It's just learning to kind of move on and evolve and that kind of thing, get better. The other question, which I ask everyone, is that if you were to give advice to your younger self, and you can pick any age, any background, any whichever, what would it be?
Probably have more confidence in myself and take the opportunities as they're presented. So thinking about the work that we're doing with High Tide now, I maybe shied away from work experience opportunities, or didn't take that trip, or didn't go to that lecture where the guy from a big successful agency was coming in to talk about his journey and that type of thing. And maybe I should have grabbed those opportunities with both hands, because those are the type of things that are going to give us that real life experience that is so fundamentally important as you start your career. But equally, that confidence thing, be confidence in myself and my personality, my personal attributes, not just whether I've got a glowing CV or not. So I think as you go through education, you go through academia, and you maybe don't get the results, and that journey doesn't go maybe how it's planned, then you maybe don't come out with those qualifications or that CV that you maybe expect to. But looking back now, when we're recruiting people, it is about the person, it is about those attributes, and the CV or the portfolio is important, but it's more overshadowed by the people. So that confidence and those personal attributes are something that's fundamental for us when we're looking for people. So maybe I should have thought a little bit about myself when I was way back when, going out of school, college and university.
So when you were at school, college, or university, did you ever see yourself as a business owner?
Not at all. No one in my family had ever really owned a business, and there's no programs around like Dragon's Den, etc., that really put entrepreneurship on the table and made that a visible option, really. And it wasn't until, I suppose, I went to university and they started talking about sort of the startup scheme that was working at Teesside's incubation space on Victoria Road. And like I said, I got into my first job and started understanding the business community and some of the entrepreneurs and businesses that were starting and growing around here, that it sort of sparked my ideas, I suppose.
No, spot on, because it's that balance. So I was approached by Tees Valley Careers today, and I had a chat with them. That's why I knew the statistic about the 16%. I'm not just this whiz on facts and figures, but anyway. But it's almost, yeah, I think it's having your eyes opened to just know what's out there. And the answer, the truth is most people don't know, but over the course of your career as you travel on, some people might just get an itch to try it, and it's almost just having the bravery just to go and do it. And if it doesn't work out, that's fine. But it's just, there are a lot of kind of mentors and support and people that have been through exactly the same thing as well. So that's cool. I give all of my guests, is there anything you would like to talk about or plug or anything like that?
I think the only thing I'd really like to plug, I suppose, is High Tide again, and we've got an ongoing rallying call to businesses across Tees Valley to help get involved in High Tide. And all our physical programs are on hold because obviously we can't get kids out into workplaces at the moment because of the current circumstances with schools and obviously workplaces as well. We're moving things online, and we're going to be creating an online academy where we're going to be running developing some digital programs. So we need things like Q&A sessions with different people in different roles of businesses. We need video tours, and we need all kinds of resources, digital resources, that we can help work with a business on, but we need ultimately businesses to help get involved and open the doors and open their arms to say, how can we help and what can we do? And like I say, that could just be a day in the life of feature. It could be a little virtual tour with their workplace just to show these young people what that might look like to work as a web designer or a piping engineer, whatever that might be. So we just need business to engage with us and come and knock on our door and see how we can work together to help build some of these digital programs that we're looking at now. And the sectors that we work across are creative and digital, engineering, logistics, manufacturing, finance, and all the key sectors that the combined authority are looking at focuses on. So no matter what your size or scale or type of business, then I'm sure you can help add value and help these young people with us.
No, spot on. So, Mark, I really appreciate your time. I've always been a big fan of the company and the kind of stuff that you do. One day I'll be able to afford you. But I appreciate what you're doing. But likewise, all of the kind of High Tide stuff, there'll be a lot of people that will see you doing it, and they've seen you do it for many, many years. And it, that reflects on the brand and the company and you as a person and that kind of thing. That it's, it ticks a lot of boxes, but it's also great, I guess, to give back and help people coming through and stuff. I really appreciate your time today. It's good to kind of catch up. Hopefully we'll see you at a real life networking event in 6-7 months or a year or whenever we're allowed out again. And if not, I'm sure. Out of interest, are you part of the Tees Valley Business Club?
Yes, we are, yes.
Well, yeah. I might see you tonight then as my first ever one. Jane.
I've got parents' evenings tonight, so first virtual parents' evening, so we'll see how that goes.
Cool. But anyway, thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll catch up soon.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you. Bye-bye.